everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liza if you're new around here, and today's video is all about the cats. So I have got quite a few different British Shorthair videos and I do get comments on them daily almost, and a few people recently have asked if I can do an update because we've of course got 2 cats now. So although I tend to update you within the vlogs, like how they're getting on, I've not done a sit down video to talk you through how Gigi and Milan have got on and how we've integrated 2 cats into our family now. It's just amazing. So we've got 2 British Shorthairs. We've got Gigi, she is a lilac British Shorthair, and we also have Milan, and he is a blue British Shorthair. They are both house cats and they are amazing. So I'm going to talk you through how we've been getting on. I also asked if you had any questions over on Instagram. I'm going to answer those today for you as well. So if you'd like to see how we've been getting on with our British Shorthairs and what's changed since getting a second British Shorthair, then just keep watching. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first question, which I think is quite a good one because it's relevant to them being like a little duo, and it says, do they snuggle up or do they fight each other, or both? Did you get them at the same time? So as I've mentioned, no, we got Gigi first and then we've got Milan about 6 months later, maybe a little bit longer actually. Ever since we got Gigi, I instantly wished that I had got 2 at the same time. I just think that having 2 cats is amazing. They've got each other when you're not around, and yeah, I do wish that I got 2 at the same time. However, we then got Milan and they have just bonded so well. Gigi is like the big sister. She is amazing with him, and at first she would kind of jump on him and like they'd have a little tumble, and now it's the other way around. He will jump on her when she's relaxing and like try and have a little fight with her sometimes, and it tends to be more in the evening time when they wake up. During the day they sleep a lot, but in the evenings they will have a few little scuffles and run around with each other. So yeah, I would say they do snuggle up with each other. They do like sleep together a lot of the time. They'll always follow each other around. They don't really fight. Like, it's not like they don't fight aggressively, they play fight. But yeah, I think it's Milan that initiates it more than Gigi these days, although it used to be the other way around when he was smaller. But he's catching up with her now and he's getting literally as big as her, and they don't stop growing for about 3 to 4 years, so we've still got a bit of growing to do yet. The next question is, are you tempted with a 3rd cat? And I'm always tempted with cats. I honestly am such a cat person now. I always used to be a dog person, I've mentioned this before, but now whenever I see cats, like either on Instagram, when I'm out and about, I'm just obsessed with them. So of course I would love to have more and more and more. I would be like a crazy cat lady and I'd have loads of cats if I could. But the litter tray, for me, that situation, I feel like if we got another cat, it would just be too much for me. It is already like a lot more when you have 2, of course. What I would say though is that having cats has been so amazing for me mentally. I just feel like sometimes I can get a little bit overwhelmed with things, and of course having the cats make us so happy as a family. I've mentioned this many times, it's been amazing for my mental health, and you know, sometimes when I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed, I just have some quiet time with the cats. They just make me feel at ease and I love having them around. They've been so good for us. They make us really happy as a family. The boys get so much out of having pets. They're always around them, they always want to play with them, care for them. It's really nice for the boys to kind of grow up with a pet, I find, and it's really helps them in so many different ways. So as we're talking about happiness and the care of our cats, I really wanted to talk to you about ManyPets pet insurance today. So this is not just a cat and dog insurance company. ManyPets really want to make sure that you're the best pet parent as well. So if you have got a pet, then ManyPets is exactly what you need to keep your pet safe. So today I'm going to talk you through a few of the features that I think are really fantastic about ManyPets. For example, you can get free 24/7 calls with a vet, which I think is just amazing, because when you've got a new pet, especially for us, we'd never had a cat before, so every little thing that would happen, you would think, oh my god, is that okay? Like, should they be doing that? Should they not? So being able to go onto a video call with a qualified UK registered vet is really convenient, and it just puts your mind at ease. So I think that is a really great feature about ManyPets. Pets are just more than a companion, aren't they? They love us unconditionally and they make us better people, and they deserve the world. Look at her. You're so special, aren't you, Gigi? Hey? And Milan, so this is Gigi's spot. She loves being up here. And then Milan is always down here. But I don't know how long he's going to fit in here for. I don't know if you can see him because it's so sunny. They also do up to 15% multi-pet discount. So if you've got more than one pet like we do, that is an amazing feature as well. They also do up to £15,000 of lifetime vet fee cover, and they also do a 20% money back option if you don't claim. So they're the only pet insurance provider to have this option, which again is fantastic in these kind of times. Definitely click the link in my description box to get a quote. It is so quick and easy to do, and anyone that purchases through my link can actually get a £50 gift card, so that's amazing too. I'll leave all the information in the description box for you, so make sure you check them out. Okay, on to the next question. So the next question is, how many times do you bathe them? So I don't actually give them a bath. They are very clean cats. Honestly, they're super clean. This was one of my assumptions actually before getting a cat, was that they didn't smell great, and it was something that actually put me off getting a cat in the first place. And honestly, you have to flip that around. They are so clean. They clean themselves all the time. They don't smell at all. They never need bathing because they're such clean cats. I mean, of course, if anything was to happen and they needed to have a bath, then I think you'd be fine to do so, but they are fine cleaning themselves. Gigi's not really keen on water at all. Like, you know, if you run the tap, she's like, she'll run away from it. She's much more cautious, whereas Milan is much more inquisitive, and he will be right in there. He'll step into the water. He's not bothered by it at all. So yeah, it would be a little bit tricky if I was to have to bath them. But no, I don't bathe them at all. They just do it themselves. The next question is, have both of them been neutered? Because of course we've got a boy and a girl, and they were neutered before we actually got them. So before we picked them up, they were already neutered, and we also picked them up from 13 weeks. I think Milan was probably 14 or 15 weeks when we picked him up, and Gigi was 13 weeks. The next question is, how many times a day do you feed them? So with Gigi and Milan, I tend to feed them twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. So sometimes I'll give them a lunch or like a nice treat at lunchtime, but it tends to be twice a day, if not 3. Just depends really whether I'm in or out of the house. I would say 2 to 3 times a day, depending on what I'm doing. The next question is, what cat litter do you use and how many trays do you have? So I've mentioned that we have got 2 trays, although they tend to use the 1 tray, and the cat litter tray that we've got is actually one from Pets at Home, just a really simple one. It's the one that the breeder recommended, and it's been fantastic, although I'm not sure whether I want to switch to like the wooden pellets. So we currently use Cat's Best, which has been great. It's a clumping litter and it's been really good, but I have been considering wooden pellet. I'm just not sure how that all works yet, so I need to do a little bit more research on it. I've seen a brand called Britpet, which are meant to be really good, and the breeder that we got our cats from also uses them. So I'm going to look into that and possibly do a changeover to wooden pellets, but currently we use Cat's Best. The next question is, do they have free rein access to the house overnight, or do they stay in the boot room? The reason why this lady's asking if we keep them in the boot room is because when Gigi was small, that's where she would be at night time, and that quickly changed. We quickly let her have reign of the whole house at night. I think the reason why I didn't want her to like have reign of the whole house, I was worried that she was going to keep the boys awake, or she'd end up on my head in the middle of the night, and you know, I wasn't really sure about that. But she's amazing. They both have reign of the whole house at night time, and to be honest, I've got a cat bed up here in our bedroom, and Gigi tends to sleep in there, and Milan tends to sleep on our bed, or he'll kind of roam around and then come back to our room. So yeah, they do sleep in our bedroom most of the time, but the doors are all open. They can go wherever they want, but they tend to end up in our room, which is really cute. Milan will always come up to me in the morning, like first thing in the morning, whether it's like 5, half 5 in the morning. He'll come up to me, give me a little nose boop, and he'll try and wake me up because he's of course hungry, and he's the biggest purrer ever. He loves affection, Milan, and he'll always come to me for it. So yeah, they tend to stay in our room, but they can go wherever they want. This is a good one. So if you had to choose between the two as a first time male or female now, which would you choose? So I'm really glad we got them the way we did, like getting Gigi first and then getting Milan, because Gigi is very affectionate, but she's not a cuddly cat. British Shorthairs are not cuddly cats usually. I mean, there are exceptions with every cat because every cat is so different, but in my experience, they're not affectionate cats. They are affectionate in some ways, but they're not like lap cats, should we say. So when we got Gigi, of course, we all wanted to cuddle her, we wanted to like be with her all the time, and she likes her own space, she does. So sometimes she would like play fight with you and get her claws out because she doesn't like belly rub, she doesn't like being touched like towards the back end near her tail area, you know, on her back. All around her face she loves it, but she never likes being picked up or anything like that. She would get her claws out. She would tolerate it for a moment, but then she would like be like that, flung onto you, like ready to get off. So then I heard that boys are meant to be more affectionate than girls. I never did this research actually before getting a cat. I just wanted to get a girl because I'm in a house full of boys, so I was like, we're getting a girl. And if I had known that girls were not affectionate, I probably would have gone with a boy first. But I'm really glad that I've got both, because I think if I'd known that boys are more affectionate, I would have gone for a boy first. And I don't know if I would have gone for a girl. I don't really know, but I'm really glad that we went with a girl first, because then it was like a nice surprise when we got Milan to how different he is. They've got very different personalities. Milan is very, what can I say? Like, it's really hard to explain. Gigi is so affectionate in so many different ways, which I absolutely love about her. She'll always be there when we open the door. She'll always follow me around the house, which is just so, so sweet. This is what I mean about Gigi, how she follows me everywhere. Hello, sweet girl. She really is the best company, which is so, so lovely. Whereas Milan, just sometimes you want to give them a little cuddle and a little squish, and Milan will tolerate that way more than Gigi. Like, Milan always gets cuddles from the kids. Renzo will hold him all the time for quite a while, and he will just sit there, which is really quite unusual, because Gigi would never just sit there. I still think if I was to do it again, I would get a boy and a girl, but I would get them together. I think that was my regret, not getting two at the same time. Although they've bonded so, so well, and they're like brother and sister now. They are actually half brother and sister. No, I don't regret getting a girl. And if I was to do it again, I probably would still get a girl first and then get a boy as well. So I would always have both. That was a long way to answer that question. But they are just so different in their personalities, so I feel like every cat would be different, and every cat, you just don't know what you're gonna get. Someone said I should get a cream one next. I love the cream ones. The cream British Shorthairs are so gorgeous. If I could, I would have the lilac, the blue, which I've got. I would get a bi-colour, because they're like the two-tone colours. So they've got white on them, and they've got like blue or lilac. I would have a tricolour, but tricolours are only girls usually. And then I would of course love a cream one. The cream ones are so, so cute. They're a lot rarer to find, I think. I love the golden tipped ones with the green eyes. They're beautiful. So yeah, I'd love one of every colour really, if I could. And the cream ones are gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. How often do you brush them? So this is a really good question. And I used to brush Gigi, I don't know, like 2 to 3 times a week. Now it's more once a week, once every 2 weeks, because currently they've got their winter coat. They're a lot thicker, they don't shed so much, so she doesn't need it as much. It's more just to kind of like make her look a little bit more fluffy. Milan, I don't really brush him very often at all, and the difference is in their coat. Gigi is a lot fluffier. Milan has got a shorter, more dense coat, so he looks like velvet almost, and he never really looks like he even needs a brush. And when I stroke him, he rarely molts. It might be to do with his age as well, because I did find that Gigi molted a lot less when she was around his age. So I don't brush them that often actually, way less than I used to when I first got Gigi. I'll say once a week, but I used to do it literally every other day. In the summertime, they do need it a little bit more because they shed a lot more. At the moment, they are floofy cats that don't need it. The next question is, do they scratch your carpet? We have British Shorthairs, and she does this whenever she wants feeding, which is interesting. Do you know what I found with Gigi actually? Recently, when we have the door shut in the living room, she will scratch the door if she wants to get in or out, which I just think is so, so clever. So she's only recently started doing that. I remember hearing it, I was like, what is she doing? Because it sounds a bit like when they're in the litter tray, when they like scratch the litter tray. So I just quickly went over to see what she wanted, and it was literally to go outside the door, which I thought was so funny. But yeah, no, they don't tend to scratch the carpet. They do have a few moments when they'll do it, like if they're like a bit hyper, sometimes they'll just do it very quickly. I don't find that they do it. We've just had our carpets changed actually, and they don't tend to touch the carpet. They do touch the rugs, which are more of a jute fabric, and we've got like a doormat that they will scratch up. But our carpet itself, I haven't found that they've done anything to it. I have heard that they don't like citrus scent, so there are sprays out there that you can spray onto the carpet that will stop them from kind of going near the area because they don't like the smell of it. But we haven't had to do anything like that just yet. So yeah, we've not had any problem with that. They don't scratch the furniture at all. They've never touched like the sofas or anything like that. They don't really tend to touch the carpet, which is very lucky. What are the pros and cons? Are they a lot of work? So I actually feel that cats are not a lot of work at all. They really just do their own thing. They're very, very sweet. You literally just need to feed them, change the litter tray, and just, you know, play with them, which is just lovely. Like, it's absolutely fine. With a dog, of course, you have to go out and you have to walk them. So I think cats are not high maintenance at all. So they're very, very clean. They clean themselves. So yeah, They just sleep a lot. They sleep so much. I think I'll end it on this one. And this question is, do you have a favourite? I'm going to be that mum, that cat mum that's like, I love all of my cats. I love all of my children. You know what I mean? Like, of course you have favourite qualities about people, cats, pets, all of that kind of stuff. And of course I've got favourite qualities about Gigi and I've got favourite qualities about Milan. With Gigi, like I've said, I love that she will always greet me, she always follows me around, she's always by my side, and she will like brush up against my leg, and I think that is just the sweetest thing. She's very, very sweet and affectionate. But with Milan, I love that I can pick him up, give him a little cuddle. He's a little purr monster. He will come up to me in the mornings, and I love that he greets me in the morning and kind of snuggles up next to me on the bed. So for me, it's all about the affection. I think that's where it comes down to like what I prefer about the cat. As a whole, the British Shorthair breed is amazing. They are so sweet. So they've got such lovely temperament. Another difference with Milan is he never ever gets his claws out at me. Ever. Gigi, like I said, she would play fight, so when you're playing with her, she would get her claws out. With Milan, he's never ever got his claws out to me, not even once, which, I don't know, it just says a lot about the way he is and his personality. He's so much more, he's just more laid back, I think, maybe, whereas Gigi will get a little bit more sassy. But that's what I love about them and how different they are. So Gigi is a sassy girl, Milan is very laid back and relaxed. So yeah, I don't have a favourite, but I love different things about each of them. So yeah, that is my little update on Gigi and Milan. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know if you'd like me to share anything else about them, or like a day in the life with the cats maybe. That would be quite a good one to do. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out ManyPets. I'll leave a link in the description box for you if you'd like to get a quote. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.
Saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I